I want to talk to you about Alexa Bartell. Did you know her?
Yes.
When did you meet her?
Like 4 summers ago in July of 2021, 22, I think.
And describe for the jury your relationship with her.
She was my girlfriend.
And for how long were the two of you in a relationship?
Like 2 years.
And was that 2 years leading up to April 19th of 2023?
Yeah.
Okay. On that date, April 19th of 2023, where did you live at that time?
In Lafayette.
And where did Alexa live at that time?
In Arvada.
Where were you working at that time?
I worked at a restaurant called Old Chicago in Broomfield.
And what did you do there?
I was a server.
So talking about that evening, what were you doing that evening of April 19th, 2023?
I was at work.
And what was Alexa doing?
She came in to visit me that night with some friends. And I think she went, or I know. She went to the friend's house that night after she came into work.
And how long was your shift typically?
I don't remember, but this night it was like they kept me longer. I don't remember why, because I didn't sweep the floor right. I didn't sweep it right. He made me do it again.
What was the plan after you got off work?
We were going to go home and sleep.
And was she going to stay at your place? So that was the plan?
Yeah.
Okay. And did there come a point around 10:40 when you were off work at that point and you were talking to her on the phone?
Yeah.
And was it your understanding she was driving?
Yeah, she was driving.
And where were you at that time when she was driving in her car and you were somewhere else?
I was at work and I was watching her location while I was on the phone with her to see if she was coming over, or she told me she was coming over, both of them.
So you're on the phone with her, also watching her location. And are you watching her kind of travel towards your home?
Mm-hmm.
And you're still at work. What happened during that phone call? Did anything cause you some concern?
We were talking about coming over, and we were in.
And did the phone call disconnect or something like that?
Yeah, it just stopped. It went silent, but it didn't hang up. It just went silent.
And so what did you do when the phone went silent?
I said, hello, honey, hello. And then I hung up and I thought she was mad at me. And then she just didn't call back. She didn't call back. So I kept folding my silverware and hoping that she just threw her phone out the window or something. I don't know. That's what I thought.
And did you try and call her back?
Yeah, I called a lot. I don't know how many times, 10 maybe.
And what was happening with that phone call? Was it connecting in any way?
I don't remember. I think it would ring. I don't remember if it would just go to voicemail or I think it just probably went to I don't remember. I'm sorry.
It's okay. She wasn't answering the phone. Given that you were calling her repeatedly, maybe 10 times, and she wasn't answering the phone, did you do anything to try and figure out where she was?
Yeah. I looked at find my friends on her iPhone.
And what did you see?
It was in the middle of it was off the road. Her location wasn't driving on the road. It was off the road.
And was it moving or was it stopped?
It wasn't moving. It was stopped.
And was it off Indiana Street?
Yeah.
Once you saw that she seemed to be stopped off the street, off Indiana Street, what did you do once you saw that?
I drove there.
Did you make any phone calls?
I called my mom to see if Alexa had come home yet, and she didn't. So then I called my friend Jordan, and she didn't answer. And then I called her mom, Alexa's mom, and
Why'd you call Alexa's mom?
To see if she'd heard from Alexa at night, or like, I don't know what was going through my mind. I just thought she'd heard from Alexa to see if she'd called her.
So after you called these people concerned about Alexa, having seen where she may be on your phone, what did you do?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you go to that?
Yeah, I went to the location. I was driving to the location while I was on the phone with her mom.
And how long would you say it took to get there from Old Chicago where you'd been?
10, 15 minutes probably.
And once you got close to her location, when was it that you first saw her?
Like what time? Or
Sorry, bad question. Were you still on the road when you were able to see her car?
yeah.
And then once you saw her car, where was her car?
It was like in the field, like off Indiana.
And what did you do once you saw her car in the field off Indiana?
I drove to it.
And can you kind of describe that drive? Was it off of the road?
Yeah, it like the fence was broken, like where you could like where the car went, and I drove through the fence to get there.
And did you get there?
Yeah.
And did you park next to Alexa's car?
Yeah.
And so while you're still in the driver's seat, what did you see?
The back windshield was like shattered, and there was a big hole in the front windshield.
Did you know whether her mom was on her way there too?
Yeah, her mom told me to call 911 when I saw her car.
And did you know she had been driving a Chevy Spark around that time?
Yeah.
And so did you recognize this car to be the one
Yeah.
that you knew she was driving? And what kind of car did you drive?
A Kia Soul.
Was that a blue car?
It's blue Kia Soul.
And did you see you mentioned that you saw damage to the car. Did you see any indication that she was hurt? And I won't ask you to go into too much detail. Can you just tell us generally? How did you know she was hurt?
Her head was down against the steering wheel, and there was like blood on the car.
And once you saw the damage to the car and the blood everywhere, did you call 911?
Oh, I was on the phone with 911 when I saw.
And were you there? Were you still in your car when police arrived?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think so.
And did you go to, once police arrived, did they speak with you and did you go sit in their car after that? Do you recall?
They asked me what happened, and I didn't know. I didn't know what happened, and they like tried to talk to me in the car, and then I'm sorry. I don't know, but they just took me over to one of the cop cars, and I sat there.
And was it after you were there that Kelly Bartell arrived?
Yeah.
Cross-examination?
No questions.